shine a light on the good work of our detention facility and its employees, I have here an officer who was involved in saving some individuals from a fire that occurred. I think you all saw this on Facebook because we had put it out. And so I'd like to invite up here Officer Daniel Cardenas, if you'd step up. Now let me tell you some things about this young man, and makes us extremely proud to have him working here for us. And by the way, he was actually scheduled to leave last night to Cloudcroft, where he works, volunteers, for a camp that assists people going through cancer treatment.
Yes, sir.
So he does this on his own time, and because we told him we were going to have this press conference today, he decided he would go up today instead of last night. So thank you so much for doing that for us. That's really nice of you, and we appreciate it. But this occurred on June the 19th, as you're aware, and there was a structure fire in the 3900 block of Van der Veer in El Paso County. And he saw, I guess you had just finished working out?
Yes, sir.
And he had saw on some smoke in a neighborhood, and he went there and discovered that there were people inside this burning home. And he was only wearing athletic clothes, and without regard for his own safety, he actually went into that home, removed the individuals that were in there, and also they kept trying to stay and go back to remove some items, and he, putting his own life in danger, helped them remove some of those things, but eventually told them, hey, look, enough's enough. We got to get out of here. This is too dangerous. And so this whole time, of course, there's other people driving by, other people seeing it, and he stops because he feels he has a commitment to this community to help. And he, no doubt, because of his actions, helped prevent injury or possible death to these citizens of El Paso County. And we're so proud of you today. And we actually want to, in front of the media, present you with this life-saving award. And I'm sure they're going to want to talk to you, so why don't you come over here in front of the mic. And if you want to say anything, you just want them to ask questions.
Just any questions you guys have.
What were your first thoughts when you saw that?
Initially, I just pulled up. I wasn't too sure what was going on. So as I arrived, I just saw a man pacing around his property, and I was like, "There's something wrong." Typically, for what I know, if you see something burning, you'll just like stare at it. You'll be like, "All right," but I guess it was his home. So I went ahead and asked him like, "Hey, is everything okay? Is everybody out?" And he's like, "No, I think it was his parents. I'm not quite sure." But he's like, "They're still in there," and that's all I heard. I heard they're still in there. So I went ahead and jumped over a rock wall to approach the scene from a different angle where I felt that it was safer. I went ahead and went in, and I just kind of like zoned out. I was just clearing out the rooms, and as I cleared out the right side of the house, I went over to the left one, and that's when I saw a lady like having her luggages. She had like 2 luggages and trying to kick another one. And in my head, I was like, what is this lady doing, you know? Like, there's literally half her house is burning, and she's here, like, getting her stuff, which I understand. Many other people that were living over there, they don't have the greatest resources. So any small detail is very valuable to them. Mostly it'll be sentimental value to it. So in my head, I was like, all right, like, I understand why she's doing it, but it's not the right situation. So I went ahead and told her, just get out. I'll go ahead and help you, but please get out. I wasn't exactly sure how much smoke she had inhaled. I wasn't sure if she was just gonna like pass out in front of me. And it was a couple. So the husband, I believe it was the husband, kind of was helping me convince her, but she was just like zoned out trying to carry her stuff. So I kind of like I took over the stuff and I was pushing her out of the way. I was like, all right, let's go. That's it. And she's like, this is my life. This is my stuff. So in my head, I was like, this is like really, really valuable to her. So I went ahead like, look, I'm gonna help you. Just please get out. Like that's all I'm asking. All of this stuff you can replace later on. I don't know what you have in here, but I'm pretty sure it's not more important than your life. So she went ahead and listened finally. So I was able to get them out. And then once we got out, they just wanted to go back. They're like, oh, I missed this. I was like, nah, nah, nah. I was like, that's it. I was like, you're not getting in there. Because I heard and I saw the flames started to go up. As it is, once we were in there, there was already smoke like on the top. So I was like, all right, it's forming. It's about to like, it might collapse any second. So I was like, that's it. And the husband just kept on trying to go in. I was like, sir, please just do me this favor. The firefighters are gonna come in. They're gonna do their job. They're gonna do the best they can to recover anything you have. But I just need you out of the scene. And then he was like, no, I'm not gonna leave until this is put out. I was like, I understand. Just please keep your distance. We don't know if the gas is about to burst. We don't know what is around here. You don't know if there's a gas leak or something like that that's gonna create a bigger fire, and you'll be out in a couple of seconds. Fortunately, he listened, and that's when he kind of like backed away, but he kept on like trying to go around me, and I was like, that's it, bro. Like that's it. And that's when a deputy came by and he helped me out to like convince him. We were there for a good 5 to 10 minutes, just trying to convince him just to stay out of the area. But besides that, it was just overall it all happened so quick. It wasn't much.
How does it make you feel that you were in the right place at the right time?
Yes.
Because had you not been there, who knows what would have happened?
What would have happened? Yes. And it's very. I don't know why I went. I just felt that I had to. Like, I was about to turn into my house, just kick it back. It was my day off.
Oh, you were off when you saw that?
Yes, I was literally coming back from the gym, and then I was about to turn into my street, and that's when I saw the smoke. I didn't hear any sirens, any major like alarm that someone was approaching the scene. So I went ahead and went, and that's when it all went down. And then right after that, I had to go into work, like to do overtime. But
I think you need some OT.
yeah.
Have you spoken to the family since then?
No, sir. I don't have any contact with them. I personally didn't know the family at all.
Have you had any prior training whatsoever?
In my training as a detention officer, we went over like more or less the types of fire, but it's mainly with our Scott Air Pack, which is the oxygen that we carry, because that's how we approach the fires in our facility, just in case anything pops up. We're trained to put on our Scott Air Pack, go on air, and approach the scene with our hose and everything. We practice it pretty often.
Do you feel that the training that you received here as a detention officer, kind of, that's what was in the back of your head when you went into the home?
Yes, sir. I think it played a major role, although many people won't consider it. I think it did. I think it built up that confidence to be able to approach the fire and more or less know when it's time to leave the scene.
Give us your.
It has two different camps. One of them is for actual patients that are going through therapy or they've beat cancer. So it's a week out in Cloudcroft in Camp Talpines. And what they do there, they do different activities. They're completely out of technology. It's just horseback riding, archery, things like that, team building activities. You sleep in cabins. You got a lot of people that are there supporting everything. You have great staff. It's just amazing.
How'd you get involved with it?
My brother actually was the one that told me about it. One day he came home. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to this camp," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I was involved with this volunteer group, and it's they just pretty much you volunteer to take care of little kids from the ages from 6 to 18, and the unit that I'm in charge of is the one from 6 to 10, because they're typically the ones that not a lot of people want to handle, and but I have the most fun with them, because I feel they're just so innocent, they're just like pureness, their hearts are still pure, they're still out of any evil you can think of, their questions, they're just sponges trying to learn everything they can.
We got some great employees here, and this is indicative of it. And you know, you said you didn't want to talk, and they asked you one question, and you told the whole story. That was perfect. That worked perfect. See, so thank you so much. And again, what a hero, huh? On his own, decides to stop and help a family, and again, certainly prevented injury or potentially death. By keeping that family out of that burning home. And we all know fires can quickly engulf a home, and if you're caught inside or you're passing out because of smoke inhalation, it can be extremely dangerous. So thank you so much for representing this agency and for being the person that you are. You make us proud.
Thank
right?
you.
And thanks again to that customs official, and we're going to get in touch with him to see about releasing his name, and we're going to work on releasing the name of the female detention officer, because I'm very proud of both of them. The officer, again, never gave up, was doing everything she could to maintain control of that inmate. Certainly the customs agent helped resolve that situation quickly, because he walked up, pulled his weapon on the inmate, and the inmate gave up. So it resolved a hell of a lot quicker with that customs agent coming up. But it doesn't take away from the fact that that officer was doing what she needed to do to keep that inmate from escaping into the public. So if you have any additional questions, feel free to ask us. We're just really, really proud of the work that's being done, and the individuals that seek out a career with El Paso County, with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, because this is really indicative of the type of employee that we have here. And you see so much negativity towards law enforcement across the country, and we can't overlook the really great things that occur every day, especially here in El Paso. Thank you very much.